Don't come to Thanksgiving if you can't act normal, my mom said. And tell your daughter to stop telling people you're broke. It's embarrassing. I stared at my phone while my wife, Lauren, spoon-fed mashed sweet potatoes to her 2-year-old, Ava. The kitchen smelled like cinnamon and burnt butter. Normal Tuesday night. Normal life. Except we weren't normal. We were $27,436.18 deep in medical bills. That number was memorized, down to the cents. Ava's birth was supposed to be covered. We had insurance, a decent PPO plan through my job in IT, $2,000 deductible, $6,000 out-of-pocket max. That's what the brochure said. The brochure lied. Ava arrived 6 weeks early. Emergency C-section. 5 days in the NICU. Machines beeping. Tubes everywhere. Lauren crying silently because she thought it was her fault. I remember signing forms without reading them. Nurses saying, "Don't worry, insurance will handle it." Insurance did handle it, by denying half the claims. Out-of-network anesthesiologist, NICU specialist not pre-authorized, additional monitoring deemed unnecessary. Unnecessary. They charged $4,800 for the anesthesiologist alone. The first bill arrived 3 weeks after we brought Ava home. We were sleep-deprived, terrified new parents. $11,903 due. Lauren thought it was a mistake. I called billing. "It's correct, sir." "It can't be correct." "It is." More bills followed. Different departments, different logos, same hospital. $3,212, $6,744, $1,980. Every envelope felt heavier than the last. We used savings first, the emergency fund we built for years. $18,000 gone in 4 months. Then we used a 0% APR credit card, 18-month promotional period, because that's what responsible people do, right? We manage it. Then the promotion expired. 24.99% interest. The balance grew like mold in a damp basement. By the time Ava turned 2, the total, after interest, partial payments, and denied appeals, sat at $27,436.18. And that's when Thanksgiving invitations started feeling like luxury vacations. Flights for 3, rental car, gifts, new clothes so we wouldn't look struggling. My parents live in Connecticut. Big house, perfect lawn, retirement funded, cruises twice a year. They know about the bills. They just don't like talking about them. Last Sunday, during a family FaceTime call, Ava said, "Mommy says we can't go on airplane because hospital took our money." Silence. My mom forced a laugh. "Oh, honey, that's not nice." Lauren tried to smile. I changed the subject. 2 hours later, my mom called. "Why would you tell her that?" "Tell her what?" "That you're broke because of medical bills. It makes us look bad. People will think we don't help you." "We're not broke. We're paying off hospital debt. Same thing." Then came the line. "Maybe it's better if you don't come this year until things are stable." Stable. Like debt disappears if you hide it behind cranberry sauce. Lauren overheard the last part. She didn't cry. She just got quiet. That silence scared me more than anything. Because Lauren's parents had offered help. Alone. No interest. Flexible. I said no. Pride is expensive. The next morning, another envelope arrived. Not a bill. A notice. Final attempt before account transfer. Transferred where? Collections. I felt something shift in my chest. I called the hospital again. Another hold. Another operator. "You can apply for hardship assistance," she said. "We already did. We make too much. Too much to qualify for help. Too little to breathe." That night, Lauren said something I didn't expect. "What if we just let it go to collections? That destroys our credit. It's already destroying us." I looked at Ava playing on the floor with a plastic stethoscope, laughing, healthy, perfect. She almost died. And now we were being uninvited from Thanksgiving because she told the truth. I opened the notice again. There was a phone number at the bottom. Not the hospital. A third-party recovery agency. And beneath it, in bold letters, "Failure to respond may result in further action." Further action. I didn't know what that meant yet. but I had a feeling this wasn't just about debt anymore. And the next voicemail confirmed it. "Hello, this is a courtesy call regarding your outstanding balance." The tone wasn't courteous. It was a countdown.
The voicemail came at 8:12 a.m. "Hello, this is a courtesy call regarding your outstanding balance of $27,436.18. Please contact us immediately to prevent further action." Further action. I called back before my coffee finished brewing. A man answered on the second ring. Calm, polite, rehearsed. "Sir, this account has been transferred to our office for recovery." "I'm making payments," I said. "Not sufficient ones." I stared at the calendar on the fridge. Color-coded, organized, responsible. We had paid $600 the previous month. Minimum due was over $1,100. Interest didn't care about our budget. If we don't receive at least 60% of the balance in the next 30 days, we may pursue escalation. What does escalation mean? Potential litigation. Litigation over the cost of saving my daughter's life. After the call, I sat in my car and did what every stressed adult does. I opened Excel. Current balance, $27,436.18. APR, 24.99%. Monthly interest, roughly $571. We were paying hundreds just to stay in place. Lauren walked outside. What did they say? They might sue. She didn't react, just nodded slowly. "Okay," she said, "then we stop pretending this is manageable." That night, she reopened the hardship application on the hospital portal. Again. This time, she uploaded everything. Tax returns, pay stubs, mortgage statement, utility bills, credit card statements. It felt like financial strip search. 2 days later, an email arrived. Subject, financial assistance determination. Denied. Reason, household income exceeds eligibility threshold. We make $112,000 combined, before taxes, before daycare, before mortgage, before health insurance premiums. Too rich for help, too poor for peace. Lauren threw her phone onto the couch. "I can't keep apologizing for having a job," she said. Then my sister called. "I heard you're not coming for Thanksgiving? Mom told you?" "She's upset. She said you made Ava think the hospital ruined your life." I laughed. It wasn't funny. The hospital didn't ruin our life. The billing department did. Silence. Then she said something strange. "Did you ever look at the itemized statement?" "We got bills." "No, the full breakdown." I hadn't. That night, I requested it. 32 pages. Every line item. Every charge. $62 for a single skin-to-skin monitoring patch. $480 per hour for NICU room facility use. $1,200 labeled Emergency Response Team Activation. And then I saw it. 2 entries. 2 separate charges. Same timestamp. $4,800 anesthesiology services. $4,800 anesthesiology services. Duplicate. I scanned further. 3 lab tests repeated. Medication dosage billed twice. It wasn't small. It was thousands. I stayed up until 2 a.m., circling numbers like I was studying for the angriest exam of my life. The next morning, I called billing. "It's possible there was an error," the representative admitted, too casually. "Possible. How much of an error?" I asked. "I'll need to escalate this for review." Escalate. There was that word again. The collector called that afternoon. "Sir, we haven't received your payment. There's a billing dispute, duplicate charges. That does not pause collection activity. Even if it's wrong, our responsibility is to recover the stated balance." Lauren overheard. "That's insane," she mouthed. He continued. "If unresolved, legal proceedings may begin within 21 days. 21 days. Thanksgiving was in 18. I hung up and stared at Ava coloring at the kitchen table. She looked up and smiled. "Are we going to Grandma's house?" I didn't know how to answer. Because at that moment, the problem wasn't Thanksgiving. It was whether we were about to be sued over charges that shouldn't exist. And 3 hours later, an email notification popped up. Subject: Notice of intent to file claim. They weren't bluffing.
The notice of intent to file claim wasn't dramatic. No bold red letters, no threats in all caps. Just clean legal language explaining that if payment wasn't secured, they could pursue a judgment. Judgment. I printed the itemized statement again. Highlighter in one hand, coffee in the other. Total duplicate and questionable charges? $8,742. That wasn't interest. That wasn't late fees. That was pure error. I called the hospital billing office and didn't ask for a representative. I need a supervisor. 27 minutes on hold. Finally, a new voice. Calm, measured, slightly less robotic. "I understand you're disputing several charges. I'm disputing almost $9,000. Silence on the other end. I walked her through it. Duplicate anesthesia, repeated labs, medication charged twice within 3 minutes. She typed while I spoke. "I see the duplication," she admitted. "These may have been system-generated overlaps during emergency coding." "System-generated?" I asked. "We're being threatened with legal action over a system glitch?" Pause. "I'm escalating this to internal audit," she said. There it was again. Escalating, but this time it felt different. 3 days later, we received a revised balance. Adjusted balance, $18,611.73. Nearly $9,000 erased. No apology, just numbers corrected like it was routine. I forwarded it to the collection agency immediately. "This does not eliminate your obligation," the collector said flatly. "It reduces the amount due. I want the account pulled from pre-litigation while this is under review." A longer silence. "I'll submit the request." That night, Lauren sat across from me at the kitchen table. For the first time in months, we didn't feel hunted. Still stressed, still in debt, but not helpless. Then my phone buzzed. Mom. I almost let it go to voicemail. "I heard you're fighting the hospital," she said. "Yeah. Well, maybe we were too hard on you. Not sorry, not exactly, but closer." She hesitated. "Your father and I can help. Not all of it, but something." I looked at Lauren. She shook her head gently. I understood. "We don't need a bailout," I said. "We needed understanding." Long pause. "I didn't realize how bad it was," she whispered. That part hurt more than the uninviting, because it meant they hadn't really listened. Thanksgiving came. We didn't fly to Connecticut. We stayed home. No flights, no hotel, no pretending. Just the three of us. Lauren cooked half a turkey because that's all we needed. Ava insisted on stirring everything, even when she wasn't allowed. During dinner, Ava raised her plastic cup. "To no more hospital bills," she declared. We laughed. Really laughed. The collector called once more that week, but this time I had something different in my voice. Confidence. "We're negotiating directly with the hospital. Do not contact us again until the audit is complete." The calls stopped. Temporarily. The debt didn't vanish. It may never completely. But here's what changed. We refinanced the balance into a lower interest medical consolidation loan at 8.4%, cut the interest by more than half, set a fixed 3-year payoff plan. Not perfect, but controlled. And that's the difference. Hospitals make mistakes. Insurance denies claims. Collectors push fear, but fear grows fastest in silence. If we hadn't reviewed the statement, we would have paid nearly $9,000 we never owed. If we had kept pretending for Thanksgiving, we would have stayed quiet. How many families are paying bills they never questioned? How many are skipping holidays to hide financial stress? How many are being told they're embarrassing for telling the truth? If this story feels familiar, ask yourself, have you ever requested your full itemized bill? Have you checked for duplicate charges? Do you know your interest rate right now? Because sometimes the most expensive mistake isn't the emergency. It's not looking at the numbers afterwards.
And if this story made you think differently about medical debt, family pressure, or insurance loopholes, subscribe for more real-life stories about money, relationships, and consequences. Because behind almost every family conflict, there's a number no one wants to say out loud.